So now to complete the upper, we're going to want to install the muzzle device, and I'll be using a suppressor with this build. So I'm not going to be using a crush washer. I'm actually going to be using some shims to get this timed properly. And then I'll also be using some rock set to keep it in place. So here are the shims that I'm going to be using, made by Gemtech. And the number one thing that I always make sure is that the threads on the end of the barrel are super clean and super dry. I usually use just some isopropyl alcohol. Get those nice and clean. So these are what the shims look like. There's different thicknesses. And typically what I do is I will screw this on. See how far it goes as far as timing. And I can see that it's not too bad because I want it here, roughly. It goes all the way to the shoulder there. So I know that I need, because I'm going to want to tighten it, so about this much worth of shim. So I can kind of start out by eyeballing it. I'll probably start off with one of these. You can just kind of like see. So probably one of those. Let's just try two of them together and just see if those fit in there. It doesn't. So I'll stick to one of those. And then probably one of these. Every muzzle device is different, so it's kind of just a trial and error thing. And sometimes you get lucky. I'm going to try that. So I'm going to go ahead and get this mounted up in my Geisley reaction rod and switch camera views real quick. Alright, so I got my two shims that I picked out that I think will get me pretty close to where I want as far as timing goes. So I'll go ahead and back this off, throw these on. And once I finally get the correct thickness down, I end up just making sure that these are as centered as possible. So I'll actually stand the barrel up vertically. But for right now, I'm just checking to see for timing. So that is definitely too far off. Back it off. Let me just remove that thinner one just to see where we're at. And that's actually, that is pretty close, so take it off and show, because we want this one to be perfectly center. So I might try that one first. So I'm going to go with that. The main thing to be aware of is using a really good wrench. Because this one has a suppressor mount on it, I'm going to be using a wrench that's like specifically designed for the cutout. So this is a little bit thinner, whereas this one, which is on the same wrench, is for the regular, and then this is for the suppressors. This is also made by Forward Controls. So I'm going to go ahead and get these centered and get this in place. So this is the rock set It's made by Flex Bar. Information there, you can see it. So I'm going to go ahead and apply a little bit of this. Some people slather it on, I don't. I just put like a stripe here and a stripe inside. I don't know if you can see that, but and then once you thread it on, that kind of spreads it through the threads. Make sure the washers are centered. Check timing. That is about perfect. So now it's rock set it on. It's timed perfectly. And the muzzle device is on and ready to check for suppressor alignment. So suppressor alignment is very important because you don't want baffle strikes. Even though this is 5.56, I do have a 30 cal end cap on my Omega because I do switch it with my 308. But this forward controls 6315 accepts the dead air mount. So I will tighten that on, and then I use this Surefire bore alignment rod. It's precision machined to check alignment, and we just stick it down and it goes into the bore. And then what we're checking for is to make sure that it's center, but it is centered. It's even space all the way around. And that's what you want, because then you know that you're not going to get baffle strikes. So that means that I installed everything nice and flush, and this bad boy is good to go. So hopefully you guys found this video helpful. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please feel free to reach out, and I hope everyone has a good day. Catch you later.